You're doing a forced build. You want me to start that over, Herschel? That
No,
part's
go,
not
go
really
right ahead.
important. You
Go
guys
right
already
ahead.
got that part, right?
Go
So
right ahead.
anyway, when you're looking at 236 people, on average, like I said, it was probably closer to the 300, but some did 2, some did 4, some did the 6, some did 7. It just depended. So if I add them all up, divide it by 7, then it gives me kind of an average of, how many people times 7. So you got to remember that that is not a lot of people. That's very little amount of people, right? But that shows you the power behind what GetFit is, to be up in the $500,000 mark of liquidity already. And everybody is mining their or minting their Lennies, and a lot of you have already evolved. And then that evolution, when it triggers, the buys are made, the evolutions in, or the liquidity is injected, all that good stuff starts to take place. Oddly enough, today it hasn't done it yet. I kind of thought it probably would, but it hasn't. So it looks at trends, what people are doing. When there's a lot of activity, be it buys or sells, it has an algorithm that it follows. The bottom line is it stabilized itself, and it's quite amazing. I had wrote down some notes just so I could tell everybody. Somebody needs to mute their mic. Thank you very much. So you guys, I made the biggest mistake ever. Okay, I'm not new to this stuff, so you'd think I would never have made the mistake that I did. I get really stressed out sometimes, especially when I got the developers talking to me, and then I've got teams talking to me, and I've got numbers all in front of me, and I'm never listed on PancakeSwap, or not PancakeSwap, Uniswap. Okay, and even when I've helped out with other people who are in this space, I've really never listed on Uniswap, and it's a little bit different. And so I don't really know what I did, except I had set it up so that there was a minimum and a maximum, which meant it could sell out if it went over a certain price. And so the token sold out. And I'm sitting here looking at the computer like, what in the heck just happened here? So then I had to pull the liquidity. At that point, there was 100,000 in the pool of USDT, and all of the move cost was gone. Well, we were only listing with what was in the mining dock, and that was like 37,000 move quest. So now I'm sitting here going, okay, now what? We were going to start the liquidity, or the liquidity raise with 400,000, and whatever didn't get used on that liquidity raise, we would have used for liquidity when we listed. However, we run out, so I had to go to the safe and get 100,000 of that 400,000. So there was the 220,000 in circulation, then the 100,000 that I had to kind of borrow from itself for the next listing. So the exciting thing is this. One, not so exciting, I screwed up. But first and foremost, we did get to $3.40 on that first liquidity pool that we started. So that's exciting. Then when we started the next pool, I started it out with 200,000 instead of that lower amount. We started out with, I think, 70,000 the first time. So added in what we needed to really make sure we were in a good spot there, and it didn't do the minimum maximum buy. We made it an infinity, which means it doesn't ever run out. It just keeps driving up the market value. So the way I listed it would have been great for like the liquidity sale. If you wanted to, if somebody didn't know how to create their own smart contracts, they could have listed it that way. When they sold out, they sold out. So long story short, $3.40 is what we got to with that first pool before I had to pull it and relist it. And you guys, I was freaking out. I'm thinking, oh my God, what about the people who don't know me? They think we just did a rug pull on them. Hopefully they understand that $100,000 is not anything that would even, I mean, that doesn't even come close to the millions that are involved in the building of this application over the last 3 years. So no rug pull, but I was really starting to worry about that because it took a second to get it all together, and I had to go get, the funds out and stuff for the second listing. Well, then that one went all the way up to $4.98. So in actuality, that token made it up to $8.38 if you combine what both of those two pools did. But in order for me to start it where it was at, I would have had to put 600,000 into that pool, not the 200,000 that I put in starting it back at a dollar where we had listed it the first time. So long story short, I screwed up, but in the long run, we did reach our goal, even though it's at I think $3 and something. I haven't looked at it yet this afternoon, but we really did amazing. And we would be sitting there at that $8 mark. It might have dropped down to 6.50. So you guys did amazing. So that's that. Then to talk to you about the liquidity that was added. So far, the evolution has added 42,000, 36,000, 3,000, and then another 40,000. So altogether, the evolution has added $121,000 in liquidity. That doesn't even include the buys. So it's another 60 something thousand that it did in buys. So altogether, you're looking at over 180, almost 200,000 just from the evolution. And the evolution contract is still sitting there with, oh, I don't even know what it's got right now. I want to say maybe 54,000 or something like that. So basically, when it pulls, when it triggers again, it's going to buy another $25,000 worth of MoveQuest, bring back that 25,000 and then inject another 50. So it's actually sitting there with another $75,000 that's going to go into that liquidity again here. I don't know when, tonight, tomorrow, whatever, whenever it, says it's time to go. So that's a good thing. So we're well over the $500,000 mark. If you look at what's in the evolution contract right now, we're pushing almost 600,000. Next thing I want to explain, a lot of people may not understand when you go to like Deck Screener, you've got a FDV, you got a market cap, okay? And I want to explain to you what that is because our pool is actually very pretty for just being listed for 3 days. And a lot of people don't know how this stuff works when it comes to what that fully diluted market value and what those numbers mean. We've got a total max supply of tokens of 21 million. So we base it off of the Bitcoin tokenomics, right down to how many are going out each year, the halving, everything. So when you look at that, what that FDV is saying right now is that I think last night when I looked at it last was like 86 million. It might have gotten as high as 90 million. What that is saying is that if there was $90 million in that pool, every single MoveQuest would be able to be sold at the market value. And so you're looking at that based on 21 million tokens, which are not in circulation. So this morning, from the minting of the Lennies, every time somebody spends $50 in MoveQuest to mint the Lennies, 60% goes out in commission. The other 40% is back in the vault, and it doesn't get mined until the year 2060. That's a long ways away. And so today, over 17,000 MoveQuest tokens went back into the vault, and they won't be touched for, until the year 2060. So now we're sitting here with, instead of 320,000 in circulation, about 302,000. So it doesn't give it a false market value. Like when you burn tokens, it inflates the market value. But we don't actually do that. So we're not actually removing them. They'll be mined, 40, 55 years down the road. So in actuality, there's only 302,000 in circulation. So you take the market value of the token and you multiply that, and the FDV for the MoveQuest token is about 1.6 million. And so we're sitting here with close to, well, when the evolution contract triggers again, we'll be sitting closer to that $600,000 mark, which means we're only $1 million away from meeting our FDV, which is that's a very good thing. That's a very positive thing. When you go and you look at other tokens, you never see that. The FDV is generally, worlds apart and away from what's actually in the pool. So because of the way we've set this up, it's actually very close to what it needs. And that shows you that it's less volatile the way that this is built. It doesn't have the volatility that a lot of your other projects have. So just to kind of explain that to you as well. Let's see what else I have on my notes. Okay, I'm going to do a screen share here in a minute with you guys, but a lot of people are asking what you can expect when the mining starts. So Solidity is what we use, okay, you guys, to like build our smart contracts on. And Solidity has done some upgrades, and really we're not impressed with their latest upgrades, which is like, I think the 8.6 version, which I know this is all techie stuff that makes no sense to you guys probably, but we had to roll everything back to the 8.2 version because it's too buggy. they got a lot of things they need to fix on those versions before we can use them. And that's kind of common. Whenever something new comes out like that, they need to stabilize it. We shouldn't have moved into it. So it caused all kinds of havoc with our mining dock over the last 2 days. So we had to roll back. We had to use the old, it's not really the old, it's a newer version, but not as old as what we're using on Binance Smart Chain. Newer than that, but not the newest that Solidity is offering. So once we finally made the decision to roll back, which we really don't like to do because we like to use the latest possible technology that's available to us, we had to make the decision to kind of roll back a little bit until they get it together over there on the 8.6 version. So the mining dock is resolved, but I really want to do rigorous testing on the mining. So we have a simulator and we like to stress test it up to 5 million people. And I know that might sound silly to some. We don't store anything in our servers. Okay. So like we don't have to worry about hackers or they can't take our system down. Okay. The only thing you're gonna walk away with is a bunch of images because we use no third-party systems. There's no connecting your external wallet. We have an internal wallet inside the app. Everything is really secure because everything is literally on chain, but we still stress test everything to make sure the app isn't going to crash. And not only that, you can debug something and for 1 million users, it's great. But once you start pushing 2 million, bugs can start to creep in. That didn't come in on the earlier stages. And so we really stress test to the high point and make sure that nothing is going to show up that needs to be resolved that could do anything to slow us down in the future. And so we're almost done with that stress testing. We thought we'd be done with it this afternoon, maybe this evening yet. We're not. It's sitting at about the 3 million mark with no bugs, which is great because we had to roll back those contracts for the mining as well. We still got a couple more million for it to roll through, just like new people coming in, docking, and going through that whole process. And everything is looking great. So it's our best guess that late tonight or early in the morning, the mining will begin. And so everybody will be able to start plugging in their miners and we'll be able to start the mining. Just a recommendation to people, because I've had a lot of people ask me this too. Yes, you did the 14 Lennies if you had the 7 wallets, but that's because you're going to need 14 to get to 7 Omegas. One thing that a lot of people don't take into consideration when they're doing crypto projects is supply and demand. And I'm not putting STEPN down for anything, but they're the ones that, I mean, they came into the market, 2 million people. I mean, they just kicked it out of the ballpark, but they failed miserably because they don't have that self-funding ecosystem. And today they got 11,000 active users. I mean, that's terrible. I mean, I would be crying right now if I had 2 million users and, 2.5 years later, I only got 11,000. I'd be sitting here going, what the heck did I do wrong? I mean, trying to fix this up or something. But my whole point, what I'm saying is that one of their big mistakes that I think they made is they have a breeding feature. So for every 2 sneakers that you had to mine with, you could breed a third. So they were always increasing their supply. I mean, that in the crypto space, that makes no sense. It's always about decreasing the supply. You always want, less. You want there to be a demand. You don't want to create so much of something that there's no demand. So they basically run out of feed. They don't, to fill their sneakers for that mining purpose or that, physical activity. So we have a merging feature. So you take those 14 Lennies and you upgrade them. Those 14 Lennies are gone. They're retired into what we call the graveyard. We don't burn them out of circulation because we don't want them to be minted again because every single miner is unique. There's no two alike. If we were to burn them, they could be minted again. So we just put them out of circulation so they can't be minted again, never used. We don't use them. Nobody uses them. They won't be used for leasing. They won't be used for any type of charity events. They're just gone because if we brought them back in, then we would be doing the same thing that STEPN did. We would be increasing the supply and diminishing that demand. So they're just gone. So when you upgrade from primary to ultra, same thing. The primaries are gone. The ultras to alpha, the ultras are gone. The alphas, you have to merge those 14 alphas for 7 omegas. So the bottom line is this. For every 7 omegas that come into circulation, it's 14 times 4 miners that have been removed from circulation and they will never be used. But even though you didn't use the 14s through the evolution up to that alpha stage, for every 14 alphas that are merged, there's 7 omegas. So you're always removing those miners. That is important when you're starting to talk about the leasing. You want there to be a demand for those miners because as the price of these miners goes up, there'll become a day when the miners won't be $50. Okay, as soon as we have 100,000 people who are mining, those miners no longer have a fixed price of $50. They now go up in value. My son's coming out, sitting outside because it's too hot in the house, but those miners go up in value. So let's say, you know, its move quest is, well, let's just say it takes one move quest for a miner. It doesn't matter if move quest is $1,000 or 10,000, it will always take one move quest, which means a Lenny at some point could become 1,000, 10,000, 15,000, whatever, to mint those, which means it's going to force people to go to the marketplace and lease those miners that are already in circulation that are owned by you guys, because it would be too expensive for you know, anybody to get started with those 7 Omegas. And that's also important because that also creates that demand for the leasing. So you never want to cut yourself out of being able to make money because there's too much in circulation. So we do, there's a lot of things that people don't understand probably that's in the process. I got to get out of the sun. I don't know about you guys, but that glare drives me nuts. I'll move over to the side. It's a little less sunny. But anyway, so just to give you that part, then, oh, what can you expect to make on these Omegas in this? So it's hard for me to give you an exact because we haven't started the mining yet. Once I have something and some numbers that I can throw into the calculator, it'll be a lot more accurate. But here's what I can tell you based on just, you know, a general number. You've got right now we got about 1,730 miners, okay, that are in the system for the avalanche chain. So if you divide that by the 5,008 move quests that are going to go out every day for the mining in that distribution, a person who's maxing out, meaning they're getting the 20,000 steps, 2-hour workout, they're, you know, in their walks or runs or whatever they're doing, they're getting that 20,000 steps. The just so you know, calories and sleep, those are very low level mining. Okay. Your distance, your steps, and your workouts, they are the equivalent of 90% of your mining power. Sleep and calories is only 10%. So that's not a huge part of your mining. That's like a very passive, you know, level of mining. So if you do that, the average person, based on, no, you can't quote me on this, I'm just giving you the best estimate, would be about 2.89 move quest per miner. So if you're mining with 7 miners, Omegas, you're looking at about 20.26 move quests per day. And that's on the Omegas. So if you're mining with alphas, you know, you got the alphas, the ultras, the primaries, and then you've got the Lennies. You would have to do the mining power, which I'll give you guys more of that. I'll have more time tonight and I'll work those numbers out. Basically, you'd be making about $77 a day at the current market value, about $539 a week, about $2,156 a month. Okay, that's just at Move Quest market value. So if you are doing a quarter of that activity, you're probably making about $539 a month. If you're doing half of that activity, which is about 10,000 steps a day, you're looking at about, see, 1,000, yeah, about 1,078. And if you're doing 15,000 steps a day, you're looking at about 1,600 a month. So that's just at the current market value. Now, if you guys are holding on to these tokens and you can see what is coming in the future, we did this with 236 people. We did this with 1,700 wallets. You can kind of do the math and you can almost, you know, guesstimate where that token would be with people coming in, minting, evolving, docking, mining. Now we haven't even got the full ecosystem in yet. You know, once you guys start submitting and we start claiming and we start joining challenges, creating challenges, the leasing, the gamification with the arenas and the Hall of Fame, we've got all of this stuff that happens within the ecosystem that is still not included in the liquidity. The only thing the liquidity is doing right now is from the minting where everybody drives up that market value and then the evolution is going in and doing its job. So there's only one piece of the ecosystem really in play, which is the evolution right now until we get the mining and the challenges and stuff. So challenges and the leasing, we're looking at having that ready in the next 2 weeks max. Okay, we're in the process of testing that too. It was a lot easier to get it done on the Avalanche chain than it was on the Binance chain. Let me see, what else did I have? I guess that's really it. I'll share my screen. I'll show you where we're looking at. If we just duplicate what we did this week, and just give you an idea here. So here's another 304 people. And we would be looking at $13.30. So if you look here, this is where we're sitting at right now. MoveQuest in the pool, USDT in the pool, roughly at 382. So if we were to duplicate what we did already, this is where we're sitting at in the market value of that token. So that's not a whole lot. So our goal by the end of August, just to kind of give you an idea, up here, sorry. This is where we would like to be by the end of August. We would like to see 2,000 people rolling into this by the end of August, and we would see a token value at $160. So those of you who start mining, you can kind of do the math and you can see what that 10 to 20 MoveQuest a day that you'd be getting could be making you 6 to 8 weeks down the road. So those of you that see that, I'm not a financial advisor, can't tell you what to do, but if it were me, I'd be holding on to that MoveQuest, or at least as much of it as I could. Because this is a life-changing project. That's just the bottom line. But force build. Let me also explain this. We have 2 builds going on right now. That force build that we just completed, that was not following any kind of line of sponsorship whatsoever. It was just a force build. We still have people coming in that are coming into that force build. So most people don't have commissions in that 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th wallet. What that force build is about, when we rebrand to MoveQuest at the end of August, we won't have an 11-tier commission structure for those people, okay? All of you are in that 11-tier structure. Anybody who comes in between now and the end of August, before we do the rebranding, will also be able to earn on those 11 level structures. So it's a really good time to get your builders or influencers or whatever kind of lined up. But once we rebrand, it's just that direct commissions. When people come in, they get a direct commission. This group is the only ones that are getting, and whoever is coming in between now and the end of August, they get those 11 levels. I don't think we need that. We don't need that. There's a lot of scrutiny around crypto, and you start kind of mixing the comp plan in it. So we're just, those of you who are helping us build the community, that's basically that reward for doing that, but it's not ongoing forever. And then the structured build. Okay, when this token gets up to these kind of prices, it's going to get attention anyway. Going to have a lot of people that are going to want to come in that don't have a sponsor. Sorry, my backyard is like a zoo here. So with that force build that all of you are in right now, when people come to the site and they don't have a referral code, it's going to say, request a referral code. And then what happens is the system is going to go get the next wallet in the build that is next in line, and it's going to assign them that referral code. So over time, people are going to be coming in without sponsors. We only have that direct, affiliate commission. So you're not going to see like your MLM type builders. That's all of you guys here, the builders who are coming in between now and the end of August. And so that's just going to keep giving you commissions because it's going to keep giving you those referrals. So it'll build out wide, and then you get that depth. So basically by having those 7 wallets, it sets you up for 77 levels in commissions. And because these new referrals, when they come in, it's building your width. So you're always getting another, referral, builds that width on a unilevel, and then you keep getting that depth instead of building in. Those of you who have your teams, all you have to do when we turn on the referral link, we haven't done it yet because I wanted to make sure I got with you guys and you guys knew what was going on. We'll turn on the referral links. If there's anybody on the smart chain, you'll have to give them your referral link again. I've had people say, well, why don't you just bring them over here? Well, here's the thing. It is a different chain, and it's a very solid build. What we've done, we've set this up the exact right way. So if we were to just bring everybody over from the smart chain, if they didn't engage, right, and if they hadn't participated in the ecosystem on this chain, and they just got commissions by default because they had a lineage over on the Binance Smart Chain, all they're going to do is come over, connect their wallet, collect their commissions, and go cash them out because they're not mining over here. They have no, it doesn't matter to them what happens on this chain. That's just free money for nothing. You know what I mean? So they have to build over here if they're going to be able to get those move quest and cash them. And you guys should all appreciate that, I think, because that's money that's being taken from you and your hard work as well. If they're not actively involved over here in the ecosystem and participating in the ecosystem, it's just taken away from what's happening here. Okay. So the ecosystem, it's from the community's participation. They're outside of the community if they're not participating. And so we're not going to just bring over all of those, that genealogy here, because if they're not participating in the ecosystem, then they're going to be benefiting from an ecosystem that they're actually bringing down. Okay. You have to be active in the ecosystem in order for it to sustain itself through all the activities and the things that you do. So hopefully everybody understands where that's coming from. So as soon as we turn on those links, those of you that want to share it, those of you that want to build it, you can. You can also set up your referral links. Okay, so if there's another wallet you want to use that's outside of this force build, just, I can help you guys get it set up because I can add your sponsor to it so you're linked up properly, and I can help you get the lineage set up for those that are wanting to come in, or you'll just give them that referral link. They'll save you as your sponsor, just like they did on the smart chain, and life goes on. So you can have your own build within the structured build. So there's really two builds going on here, force build and then your team build. So that's all I've got for everybody tonight. I hope you guys are excited. I am super excited. And I appreciate all of you being here to help make this happen. I was beginning to wonder if we were ever going to be able to demonstrate how powerful this is. And hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. I think we had a very successful launch. Granted, it takes us time to roll all of these pieces out. This is, you guys, if you understood how complex this app is, it's probably why nobody has ever done it before. It's really crazy. But by tomorrow, the mining will be up, and it's just game on from there. So I'm excited, and I'm glad you guys were here. Glad you guys helped demonstrate this. So I can take a few questions if you guys have some or comments. I've got about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes before I got to go.
Okay, Ms. Lynette, we definitely greatly appreciate you sharing that information with us. One question I have real quick is right here, right now, there's individuals that want to sign somebody up. What is the process tonight if they want to sign someone up? Can they do that? Do they need to wait for a link? Or they filling out?
Well, there's two things. Do they want to come into the build, or are they coming? Because you got to remember that the force build does not follow any genealogy. And then the teams, when you're building as a team, you can restructure again. So do they want to be part of both of that? Because there is still room in that force build. Because we said 300 people and we had about 236. So there's still room if people want to do that. But then they have to remember that it's outside of their team build. So then they would have to set them up using their referral link after. So yeah, there's still time. Just have them sign up on that fifth form that we were using, the additional wallets.
Okay.
And then I can add them if they still want to be in the force build. But that's going to be over with, I would guess, in the next day or two. Those are going to be gone pretty much.
So form 5. Okay. For people that want to get in now.
Yeah, and then after that, just use your referral link. And even if they come into the force build, I would still give them your referral link and set them up. They don't have to buy in that wallet, but at least set up your genealogy. So when you're building in your teams, so you don't have to buy to make money here, right? And that's why we're not bringing over the Binance Smart Chain genealogy. I mean, we just don't have that rule here. I mean, you can set up your entire lineage. You guys could do the same thing that we just did with that force build. You could literally have set up everybody, save sponsor, have 40, 50 people signed up, tell them go buy your move quest. And, on this day at this time, start minting your lennies, and you can see all the commissions that will go up. It drives up the market value. If you guys think about it, you drive up the market value, have everybody do it at the same time. They bought their move quest lower. They drove up the market value when they were doing all their buys. Go mint your lennies. You still got extra move quest left over because the move quest token went up in value. So if everybody does it at the same time, you kind of organize your build. You can kind of strategically do it. Maybe I'm not supposed to tell you guys all that stuff, but I mean, it's just good, common sense when you're building. You buy it as low as you can, you mint, everybody's buying it. And every time they buy it, it drives the market up. Well, if you bought low and everybody else is buying and you all do get your buying done, then you come in and you're minting for less MoveQuest because as the price of MoveQuest goes up, it takes less MoveQuest to mint. And so you all go in and you start minting while the price is up, and then you still got MoveQuest left over. And oftentimes, I mean, I had some people calling me up going, "Oh my God, by the time I got done, the MoveQuest had gone up so much in price. I made all my money back just on MoveQuest going up." So you have to kind of think about it.
So for clarification purposes, Form 5, for those individuals that have someone that they would like to add to the original build 300 build, and that should be open for at least the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah, I would guess. I mean, I can't imagine it would be more than a couple of days, you know what I mean, before that's over. Just based on, people that have already talked to me that I mean, just before we got on this call, I had 14 wallets sent over to me, so I don't think it's going to be.
Okay. So, but you mentioned up until August. So what's the differentiator between the next 24 to 48 hours and people that come on?
Because in August, there will only be direct commissions. It doesn't matter if they come into this build or not. They won't get 11 levels.
Okay, so it's the beginning of August or the end of August?
As soon as we move into MoveQuest, the MoveQuest app, so we're guessing that's going to be at the end of August.
Okay.
So in order to get 11 levels, we would have to whitelist your wallet. We would have to approve it, meaning you're actually somebody who's going to build. We're not going to just open it up for 11 levels of commission for people who aren't building.
And I'm just asking this because I know others are going to ask me this question as well for clarification.
But you're already here. Those of you who are here, you get those 11 levels.
Right. Understood.
Yes.
Where I'm lost in this very moment is the difference between the people that come in between the next 24 to 48 hours and the ones that come
they're
in.
They're in the forced build. We're not doing the forced. The forced build was 300 people.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Okay.
Those 300 wallets are the rotating wallets for the organic traffic.
Gotcha.
We're not going to have thousands of those because then it just makes it more difficult for the people who are here to get those organic referrals. So once there's 300 here, that's it. It's only those 300 people who have those wallets, however many wallets they are, they're going to rotate through, you need a referral code, here you go. It's those 300 people, whether you have 2 wallets, 7 wallets, 14 wallets, whatever you have as those 300 people, that's all that's coming in for those organic referrals, those referring codes.
But between now and the end of August, they still get the 11 levels deep.
And everybody who's in this will get the 11 levels deep even beyond August. We're just cutting it off at August for any new people.
Perfect.
And here's why. 60% pays out in commission. Okay. That's great for this group of people. But when we move over to MoveQuest, it's only going to be a 25-30% commission and direct commission for their direct referrals, right? That means that, 60 to 75, 65, whatever we decide it's going to be, is going back into the vault. So we pay out 30% commission, 70% of that MoveQuest goes back to the vault.
Gotcha.
It's driving the market value even higher because there's even less in circulation. So it counters that 5,008 that goes out every day. Everything is math when it comes to this.
Okay.
So it's all about, meeting the demand, keeping that market value high. And so if we're able to remove what's actually coming into circulation, from people minting, then we're not inflating the market value, but we are driving it up because we're pulling it from circulation.
Gotcha. And one last one on that, because I'm seeing some of the messages come through the chat. They can still come in with anywhere between 1 and 7 wallets. Are we capped at 7?
No, 7. No, if you guys want to do a second rotation, so you have the leasing miners, you can do that. Perfect. You just have to have different wallets.
Gotcha.
So we're not really looking at so much people as we are what number of wallets, So if you got like those of you that want to have extras for the leasing, you can go back into the rotation one more time to mint your Lennies.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh, that's what I was saying too. Those of you who are not able to evolve all the way up to the Omegas, I get sidetracked sometimes when I'm yapping. Do the 7. You can only dock 7, right? So if you can't do all 7 Omegas right now, take 7 of your miners up as high as you can get them and dock those. Then, once you are able to do the other 7, then do the other 7 so that you can get to your Omegas. There's no reason to take all 14 to Ultra, all 14 to Alpha. You can only mine with 7 right now. So get your first 7 as high as you can get them, and then come back around to the other ones as you're going to be making them into Omegas, so that you're getting the higher mining power, but because there's no reason to upgrade all the other 7 at the moment until you're ready to get them to Omega. And then, that way you can get at least 7 of them as high as you can.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Miss Yasmin, go right ahead with your question. Yasmin, go ahead and unmute yourself.
There
All
it
right.
is. Hi,
Yes.
Lynette. How's it going? So
Hi, how you doing?
good. So token price, it did exactly what it's supposed to. It went up 4x. It has been absolutely incredible. I, though, was really under the impression that this first group of 300 were going to show the power of the evolution, that the evolution is kind of the golden ticket to this forced build. And with that comes the commissions getting us close enough to evolving. So which part of that did I misunderstand? Because I thought we would be able to somehow.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I think about all of it. So the evolution has nothing to do with the minting, okay, when it comes to
But
commissions.
stabilizing the token price, right? It's a
Right,
very.
but it doesn't give you commission. So with the lennies, when they're minted, that's where the commission comes in at. The evolution is when people upgrade those miners. If they're selling the move quest, the evolution contract has USDT. So as people are upgrading those miners, that evolution contract is collecting USDT. When people are selling, the evolution contract needs move quest. It's only got USDT. So it'll have to go buy the move quest. And then it brings the move quest back, it pairs it to the USDT so it can inject the liquidity. So the evolution has nothing to do with commissions. Now, when I
No,
told people getting into this build, it's that we've got more people coming, not just the first 300. It was position yourself so that in the future, you've set yourself up really to make millions. Each one of those positions could earn $3.7 million in the compensation plan, 10 levels deep. Okay. Now, where the commissions are making the money to evolve, not everybody with 236 people is going to make enough money to evolve. I mean, that's just,
So
again, math.
is it possible at all to release some from the vault and give commissions so that we can evolve? Because I mean, I
No.
was under the impression, a few other people, that we would have close to enough to evolve to Omegas. No? Wasn't
I
that
don't
the?
know who gave you that impression. You'd have to listen to me. I'm the only one, if you're going to get advice on this project, I'm the person that you should listen to. And I would never told you that. What I told everybody was this: you're setting yourself up,
Mhm.
do what you can afford. And with your commissions, begin to evolve. Now, I don't know where you're at in the build, but I do know that there's over $100,000, more than that probably, that's gone out from, commissions where people have evolved. But it takes time as well. What I did say though was everybody who starts mining, you're going to be the first ones in here to mine. People could start out making anywhere from $300 to $1,000 a week. You can use that as well to evolve your miners. You can also share this app with other people with one of your wallets, and you can earn commissions that way. Where you're going to make more commission is as people become coming in, they rotate in, and so you're going to be getting to get referrals and you'll start earning more commission. Bottom line is, regardless, you are within the first 236 people in the Avalanche chain, and you've set yourself up to make millions if this is successful and people love it and they keep coming in and they keep mining. But I would be,
Ideally, the first 300 were not supposed to make enough to evolve in this first round. So over the next month and a
if you
half.
do the math, take 300 people and times that by
Yeah, and
7.
that's
Take 236 people, times that by 7, and then times that by $50, and then do the math on all those miners, and then tell me if you really think that everybody was going to be able to evolve to Omegas on that money.
no,
And I'm
no.
not being a smart aleck. I'm just saying, do the math and you'll
I
answer your own
agree. That
question.
math did not, of course, that didn't add up. So, from
Right. So, but you're
600
asking me
evolving.
to answer a question, Yasmin, that is an impossibility.
Yeah,
There
no,
was 236 people.
but that I thought somehow some
Do
will
you
be.
want your money back? I'm more than happy to take your
No, no,
miners. I'll
no,
buy them for you because I haven't had time to mint mine yet, but I will take yours.
not at all, Lynette, not at all.
Okay.
You know how I
Okay.
feel about you in this project. I've been
No, I
a.
really don't, because I'm not sure I know exactly who you are. I get a lot of messages from people, but I don't want anybody to be unhappy. And like I said, I'm more than happy to buy your
I'm not
miners.
not unhappy at all.
I
Not
don't
unhappy.
guarantee anything
I
here.
know that it
It's a
was set.
build. I'm very clear on how this works, and you know, nobody should ever get involved in something if you don't understand it. And you know, I'm very clear about how this works, and I don't ever mislead anybody, ever. I don't hype nothing up. I don't mislead anybody. I tell you how it works and what you could do, what it can do, what it will do in the future based on numbers. But never ever would I have said that with 236 or 300 people that you would make enough money to evolve to Omega. I mean, if I ever did say that, you guys need to check me, because that's not a real bright thing to tell people. You can do the math yourself on what came in. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and
The
I
amazing
get
part
the
is
math
with
for
that
sure.
small build, what did come in is to have almost, you know, over $500,000 in liquidity and stabilized at, you know, the $3 to $4.5 mark, proving how this works, how that ecosystem works. So I'm sorry if you misunderstood. But no, I did never said, I
It's
would
setting
never
us up
say
for the
that.
next month, month and a half, of course, and for the future. So no,
Correct.
I definitely get that part. And it's been a strong start for sure. I just, I wasn't clear on the first 300 build. I thought we would get enough commissions or close to it, but the
We
math
still
didn't
have another,
math didn't add up.
300 to almost 3,000 people on another team that are wanting to line up and come into this. And I did tell you guys that and told you that it
Yeah.
would be smart to line yourselves up here, because as those come in, you're going to make more money, but we're still getting them ready, you know, to load in. But that doesn't happen, you know, nothing that what we did in 2 days was amazing. Okay. Um, I'm sorry if it disappointed you that you didn't get to an Omega, but I didn't get to Omega yet either. And just so you guys all know, like, I didn't bring any of my family or my kids in till the very last one. In fact, my sons came in at the last people on the build. So there was no stacking. I have one wallet of my own. You know, it's the beginning of the build because I had to connect somewhere. I only did one wallet. I didn't stack and stack and stack. You guys can look at the build, you know, you can see exactly how everything came in. So I'd made it very fair so that everybody was able to get commissions. There was no stacking whatsoever. I kept, like, my family, my friends, they're all down at the bottom of this, like scratching their head wondering why. But I want, you know, the community to benefit from this. And you guys, how many times you've been and gotten involved in something and they stacked it? And that ruins it, because everybody at the top got all the money and nobody else did. So that doesn't exist here either. So, you know, most of you probably made more than I did. And I earn just like you guys do. There's no, you know, token set aside for admin or for me as a creator or anything like that. There's no allocation of tokens. I'm on a level playing field with the rest of you. So it's, you know, yeah.
All right. Thank you for that, Miss Yasmin. Miss Gina Kelly, go right ahead, ma'am.
Hey, Lynette.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited. Okay, I can't wait to be able to get my link out and start really talking to people about this. But is there, okay, like when we get send the link out tomorrow, is there a step-by-step video or PDF or anything for people to
We have,
follow?
yeah, we have all that stuff on the smart chain. It is exactly the same for the avalanche chain. So I'm gonna try to get that around tonight. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't. Today I kind of just walked away from the computer for a few hours because I felt like I was
Good,
gonna
you
lose my
needed
mind.
it.
But I'll start getting that stuff, you know, together now that
Okay.
things have kind of, you know, what I have to do is kind of settle down.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I think this is awesome, and I'm brand new, guys. I mean, I really am, and I'm extremely excited, Lynette. I think we are at the right place at the right time. So thank you so much.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you. I know everybody asked me, "Oh, you think you're late to the market with the move to earn?" I'm like, no, I think we got here right in time because all the rest of them still aren't doing nothing.
Perfect. Thank you, Miss Kelly. Go right ahead, Mr. Bartlett.
Okay, sorry, I did the mute button. Hey, Lynette,
Hey,
yeah, I thought that was funny when I put that thing on there about you swirling around on that little playground as that little girl. I don't know why. I just keep thinking
yeah,
about that. That's you. Oh my
right.
goodness. So, but I was wondering, yeah, so the way we have it built now on Avalanche with this group, it's going to be basically duplicated on all the other chains. So, you know, when it comes in, we're still our wallets, our 7 wallets or whatever, are the ones that are going to be doing the same thing over and over
Correct.
again.
Yep. We pick the build up and put it on each chain.
Man,
So we
guys,
never
listen to
have
this.
to go through that painful stuff we went through this week.
and it's going to go so much quicker. And people just got to understand how, geez, man, I can't even fathom it. It's unbelievable. So, and then the genealogy, like right now, people who are that I brought in. So, would that be would I need to give them this new form so they sign up as an affiliate on the affiliate chain with me because they came into the build,
Nope,
but they didn't?
you'll give them one of your wallets that's not in the build as a referral. You'll need
Okay.
a new wallet as a referring wallet, but we can explain all that to you. I
Okay.
don't want to go. Customer support can help you with that.
Okay. I was just making sure because I didn't know if it was like automatic because you're not, well, you're not going to know because, you really don't, we didn't get a referral in there. They just signed up like we did. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Mhm.
And then, so you think it's smarter to, well, I don't know, whichever beneficial for everyone to pay for to get their evolving all done as much as they can on their own, or just wait for the commissions and not use their MQT they have, or which way would be better?
That's up to the individual person. I mean, it doesn't matter to me when you sell the Move Quest. You know what I mean? If you want to sell it and evolve, that's great. And
Okay.
if you
I
don't,
didn't know if
and you, I
it'd be
mean,
worth
if you
more.
can afford it, it's better to hold on to the Move Quest if if you
Hell
see what
yeah.
it's doing. But if you need to sell the Move Quest to evolve, you can't hurt the project. So
Okay. Yeah. Cause I mean, yeah, you're not going to get as many tokens right off the bat of doing your daily proof of activity as you are going to lose if you sell your MQT right off, in the short
well,
run.
right now you're gonna make more of the Move Quest mining than ever will be made again. So right
Well,
now is
yeah,
the best time to start mining.
absolutely. Yeah,
And that's
definitely on
free
that.
free Move Quest, really.
But I guess I say that I'm talking from a different perspective because I can't do as much as I can't run 2,000 or 10,000 steps a day or whatever. So I was thinking I'm not going to have as much uh shares every day as everybody else. So it might behoove me to do it the other way. But I still, I don't want to sell a single token. Of course.
Well, you can
So,
see with, just what was it, 1,000 people and Move Quest will be at $13. You start talking, that amount, that's a small amount of people. Move Quest won't
oh
go
yeah,
into low numbers again. But so you
unbelievable.
just have to
Unbelievable.
use your own, your best judgment on that. It's all based on each person's financial situation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I
All
appreciate
right, Mr.
you answering
Bartlett,
my
thank
question.
you, sir.
Yep. Thanks, Craig.
All right. Mr. Crypto Pays Me Daily, go right ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, quick question. Well, first off, incredible launch. One of the smoothest launches I've been a part of. Never seen the token
Oh, I
hold
thought it
for
was
any.
really bumpy. I was like,
No,
my poor developers, I'm telling you, they don't even want to answer my calls right now. Sometimes I don't.
no, absolutely not. Most of these tokens, we know they pump, they dump, and they never come back. And to see
Right?
token hold, it is a beautiful sight.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned just recently here to get a new wallet, create a new wallet for referrals for our team build. And then we need to
Well,
take
or
whatever.
use the one that you're mining with. Here's the problem. Remember, I was telling everybody to kind of not use the one that you're mining with. A lot of
Yeah, and
people
that's what I
did.
did by accident.
Yep, yep. And so you need a new one. It's not a
Okay.
big deal. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter if it was, but I just knew if everybody didn't use that one, it would be easy to keep them separate. But still a lot of people did. So you just want a wallet that's not in the force build because it would take you outside of your team structure.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So just create a whole new wallet, put
Mhm.
my referral link, created, username, and then just share that to do the team build.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Simple enough. I don't think
So
I'm
it's a
going to
team
worry
build
about
within
this.
a force build, so it still benefits everybody.
Okay, cool. Now I'll just do that, and I'm just gonna start working on the team build. I'm not even gonna worry about the force structure because I think it's already
That'll take
kind of
on its
sticky.
own.
Yeah, and it's gonna fall out in a certain amount of time anyway. And then some people are gonna say, "Well, why can I get in?" And I'm not even gonna go through that. I'm gonna create a new wallet, new link, and build.
Yeah,
Okay,
that force build is just for the rotating wallets for the organic traffic.
okay, awesome. Thank you. What I
And
needed to know.
everybody just
Appreciate it.
builds like they would. What's that?
Thank you so much. I
Yep,
said thank
thanks,
you so
Craig.
much.
Yep,
Okay.
you're welcome.
Bye.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Donnie Saunders, go right ahead.
Yes, I'm thank you, Lynette, for the
Yep.
opportunity. I just have a quick question. For those of us that have MQT and one of our original account, like number 7, and we still waiting for that account to let us mint the Lenny.
Make sure I get that wallet. Those should have already been in by now. So either if you don't have my contact, send it either to me, send it to Ken, to Herschel, to Quentin. You know, and I'll make sure I get it in. Those should have already been done.
Yes, I fill out that form reconciliation for Lenny's, and
Okay,
I
I'll
didn't
go look at
see
that.
it happen. And today I just direct message you my
Okay.
account
All right, I'll
address.
go in and look.
Thank
for
you so
sure.
much.
Yep, you're
Appreciate it.
welcome.
All right. Mr. Foster, go right ahead.
Good evening. Hi, Lynette. Thank you so much
Hey.
for everything. I had a quick question about some contracts that we originally minted before, like when we first signed up, I had, you know, approved the username, approved my sponsor's name on the contracts. Will those reactivate, or is that all going to start over again now that everything?
So you're talking on the Binance Smart Chain.
No, I'm talking about on the C chain.
We
Now-
we never had it activated on the C chain, on the
Okay.
AVAX. Yeah,
When-
never, it was never activated. So I've had that turned off since day one. They're just
This-
waiting for me to tell them to turn it on.
This
So
is
you
the-
would have, yeah, but we're not bringing over everybody from the Binance Smart Chain because they're not participating in the ecosystem. So I don't
Okay.
feel like it's fair that they earn commissions without being participants in the ecosystem because it just diminishes the
Okay.
market value for everybody who's here. So yes, you'd have to make sure you get your sponsor, you know, get
And
your
then-
sponsored link or your referral links out to whoever you
With-
sponsored.
With that, of like a continuation of that question, once we go in and look at our back office, should we be verifying a wallet ID number of our sponsor to make sure that our sponsor is correctly linked to us, or?
If
do
your
we need to-
sponsor is here, then yeah, you'll want to get his link. I would. I mean, it's just keep it as ethical as possible. I mean, it's
Right.
only fair. If they're not here, you know, then get with me so I can look and see who is next in your line. Because I've got the genealogy from the Smart Chain, so I can look and help you get connected to somebody in your team. And if there isn't anybody here in your team, we got some really awesome people here that will work with you and help you get going. You know what I mean? At least.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
offer you
just, I
support.
come from a tech support background, so I'm looking at all this stuff, you know, playing that tech support kind of, well, this needs to be here and this needs to be here. Just kind of a checks and balance thing for me. Thank you again for everything you're doing, and I'm having fun. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
Miss Judy, go right ahead now.
Hey, sorry about that. I was multitasking and had to come back and quickly unmute. Do you have a guesstimate by any chance as to when we will start docking?
You can dock now. You can plug your miners in. And the mining's going to start tonight or tomorrow. We're just running through some more stress tests. I just want to make sure because of the Solidity versions changing and having to roll back that we don't have any issues. So it's kind of my fault right now because I'm making them do testing they don't really think is necessary, but I just want to be sure.
Okay, so we can dock now.
And then the mining will
Okay.
start, like I said, later tonight or tomorrow. I just want to see the results on the testing real quick before we turn it on.
Okay. I attempted to do so before and was told that we're not docking yet.
Yep, you can.
Okay. So I
We
will
resolve that issue.
dock. Thank you.
Okay. Yep, you're welcome.
All right, and real quick, Miss Lynette, because I know someone will ask later. So everything is fine for people to go ahead and move forward with unlocking the docking slots right now as well.
Yep.
So for those that came on after the initial liquidity sale that was not able to unlock with the MQT prior to the
Correct.
token going live on the market, you are able to now take your MQT and unlock your docking slots. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. And Miss Tammy, go right ahead.
Good afternoon or good evening, everyone. Lynette, first of all, I want to thank you for everything that you're doing. I really appreciate it. And everybody, Herschel and everybody that's been guiding us throughout this process. The question that I have, because I just want to make sure I understand correctly. When I signed up for the forced build, I did not do 7 wallets.
Mhm.
Is it still, can I still go in and buy up to the 7 wallets and get onto the forced build with the 300?
Yeah, you just need to add Herschel. We'll get that other form out. Just add additional wallets. So you just add the additional wallets
Okay.
that you want to add into the build.
Okay. And I need to get that done by
I would do it as soon as possible, only because that 300 is close. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't remember what it was, 236. So what is it, like 64? Yeah, probably about 64 people left that could come into that. I don't know how
Okay.
long that'll take.
All right.
Not probably very long.
All right. I'll do that ASAP. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
awesome. Yep, thanks.
All right.
And people can still come into the force build after that. The only thing is it just really won't be, they wouldn't have those referrals. So if they they're not like team, like if you guys aren't like builders and they just want to come in with a wallet or two or something like that, that's great. That's perfect to come into the force build because they're just going to get, people are going to come in underneath them, even if they're referral, even if their wallet isn't used as a referring link, they're still in there. They're still going to get people underneath them, even if their wallet doesn't become a referring wallet. So it still does set yourself up to make more money. If that makes sense, what I just said.
But when those wallets come over on the list, they need to have USDT on the Avalanche chain in it. So that because those wallets still will be checked. So don't just send blank
they
wallets
need
in that
They just need to buy the
have
move
take
quest on the
time.
exchange.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you got to use. Yeah, just go to the exchange, buy the move quest so that it's there
in that wallet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just send to it, buy from it. There
Yep.
you go. All right. Go ahead, Miss Dickers. I recognize the picture now. Go right ahead.
Hello, how you doing? First
Good.
of all, I want to promote everybody that is, playing this and doing everything.
It's kind of difficult to make out what you're saying. Kind of a little muffled there.
Can you hear me now?
Go right ahead.
Okay. If I went into the settings on the on my phone and for GetFit, there were two my Apple thing showed up, but my watch did not. The very fit Pro did not. Well, it showed up, but it wasn't showing my activity.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. We're gonna have to do that with customer service as far as the phone app setup. The app is not ready to start mining on the Avalanche chain as of yet. I understand you're trying to connect your watch to your phone. That's going to have to be a customer service thing. There's so many different devices. I'm sorry.
My watch is connected to my phone. I have it on my phone. It's just that for the GetFit, it's not reading my Very Fit Pro.
It's a setup process. That's going to be a technical support thing for that, because I don't know, and Miss Lynette definitely wouldn't know what connections have been made or whatever. That's going to be a share the screen, let's walk through it type of thing. And we have
customer support opens at 9 a.m. So I would be on customer support, let them get you set up. They'll set your devices up. It's probably not Bluetooth properly or something.
Okay, because I can read it on my phone, I just can't read through GetFit. Does that make sense?
Correct.
Yeah, it makes sense. That means you're not connected properly. Okay. Go into your settings real quick, not while I'm gonna just give you a real quick, but go into the settings of GetFit, okay? And then go look at your devices and make sure that you're using the right data device, the data source. Make sure it's either your phone or your fitness tracker. So you'll have to turn whichever one it is that you're using on, because that could be the issue.
I did that. That's why I toggled between the two, because there's only two there. My very fit and my app. The Apple shows my steps. But when I turn it to the very fit pro part, because it's only 2 in 1 there, it doesn't show my steps. And so I'm trying to figure
It's
out
not
why.
Bluetooth properly. You don't have your fitness tracker connected to your iPhone properly. That's why it's not reading the data.
Because I was ready to go buy another watch.
No, you just don't have it. You just don't have it connected properly. You could go to YouTube too and look how, how your watch brand, how do I, connect it so that the fitness tracker is sending the data to your iPhone to health, to probably you could probably do it right there. But if you can't, then come into customer support and they'll help you get your stuff set up properly.
And how long do they open up? Because I'm working. I don't get off until like 4:30.
They're there until 5, but if you need something later, they'll make an appointment with you for after that.
Okay. All right.
Yep. So just let us know in the chat.
Can you send me a link?
Huh?
For the.
I'll make sure you have all the information. I'll send it directly to you, that you have all the information to reach out to them, because they do a live Zoom. They do a live Zoom during business hours, but we can get something scheduled for you.
Is it like something that you do where they just sit on and ask questions, or is it an appointment? Well, that's okay. I'll find out.
Yes, ma'am. We'll get you all the information you need to get in touch with them at your convenience.
It's walk-in from 9 to 5, and if you need an appointment and something that's different than those hours, then you'd have to set something up with them. I should get a Google Calendar or something set up for that too for people, but our customer support is in the WhatsApp chat. So if you go in there and ask them if you can set up an appointment with one of them, Janae, Kathleen, Clayton, Mike, one of them will get back with you.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Go ahead, Fran.
Hi, I have docked my 7, but I now need to undock to evolve. Can we do that? I've been trying all day and it wouldn't undock.
Go into the mining dock. I think it's you just tap on it and it should pop up and ask you to undock.
Yeah, I've been trying that and it wouldn't undock. So has that been fixed now? I tried
I didn't know there was an issue with it, so I'll find out. Has anybody else been able to undock?
Yes, I've had a good number of those calls today, and still some
Nobody
in
can
the
undock
chat right now.
Yeah, we can't undock.
The ability to undock, correct.
You can dock, no problem, and you can evolve, but you can't, once they're docked, you can't undock them. Did I just kill the chat?
No, you're good. She's right.
No, I just want to kill one of the developers. Okay, let's go.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
All right. Anything else, Ms.
Thanks, Fran.
You're welcome. And thanks for everything you're doing, Lynette. I don't know how you're staying sane.
I got a buddy, Jack. I like to take a sip of every now and then.
Good. Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Go right ahead, Aaron.
Yes. I have one question. First of all, Lynette, I appreciate everything you're doing, everything you did, and everything that is coming with this build and this project. So I know that I want to make sure I got this information correct. I know that you said that 5,000 tokens are going to be distributed every day. So I see that are these tokens being given to people that's submitting the activity or claiming their activity?
Nope, you have to submit, and then 48 hours later, after everybody's done submitting because of the global time zones, you're able to claim the tokens.
Okay, so the 5,000 is being taken out of distribution from the submissions.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. And then that happens for 4 years, and then it'd be half of that. And then 4 years, and it'll be half of that. And then in 4 years, it'll be half of that. So it does the same tokenomic system as Bitcoin does.
Okay, I got you. And that 5,000 is every day, a new 5,000 is coming in.
Yep. every day. So it's in the airdrop engine. It's like I think the first year it's 2.2 million or something like that because of what we did for the liquidity raise. And then every year for the next 4 years, it's 2.6 million per year divided by day.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
That's it.
All right. Thank you, sir. And Mr. Bartlett, hope you got a short one for us so we can get Miss Lynette out of here. Go right ahead. Mr. Bartlett.
Okay, it was kept popping up saying can't unmute, but anyways, if we put extra wallets in, like right now, like if I put 3 more in, and then I put the $100 in USDT, I swap for MQT, and then I buy 2 Lennies and then send them to my original wallet. That's what we have to do, right?
Well, I don't care where you send them.
Oh,
mean,
okay.
if you're going to mine with them, then you'd want to send them up to your mining wallet. But if you're going to lease with them, they can sit in that wallet until you're ready and decide what wallet you're going to lease them in. I mean, it doesn't matter to me where they're at. If you've got, 14 in one wallet that you're evolving, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you put them in any wallet you want to put them in. But
Okay.
you need at least, you want 7 up in your mining wallet. But other than that, I mean, you may want to set your wallets up where you've got one wallet that manages leasing, one wallet manages mining, I mean, it's your own personal
Okay.
preference how you do it.
That's a good idea. Okay, thank you.
Mhm,
All
you're
right.
welcome.
All right. Well, that is all we have for you this evening, Miss Lynette. We greatly appreciate you sharing that information with us. And Ken, Q, anyone have Mr. Ivy, anybody else have anything that they want to add before we allow Miss Lynette to go?
I've got one
I don't have anything, Herschel. Lynette, you're the GOAT. That's it. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, hang on. I'm gonna just answer one more thing in the chat. What is VAB and what is VMV? So it's actually supposed to be VAD, which is virtual activity device. That is the NFT miners that you're minting. And then the VMV are the virtual mining vehicles. That's for the travel to earn. But the VAB is actually supposed to say VAD. They need to go in and fix that. But yeah, that's it. All right, guys. Thanks, Ken. Thanks,
All right.
Herschel. Thank all of you guys. Hope you guys are excited. I know I am tired, but I'm super excited. So thank you guys for everything.
All right. We'll see you next time. Goodbye,
Yep.
everybody.
See you guys. Yep. Bye, everybody.